Hi, I'm Katie Zeskind. I'm the owner of Wisdom Within Counseling and Coaching, where we help children, teens, and couples thrive. You can head over to wisdomwithinct.com to learn more about working with us in person in Niantic, Connecticut, along the southeastern shoreline, and also on video telehealth. This video is all about identifying if your child would benefit from therapy. Therapy is not a bad thing. It's a great, safe space to have outside of the stress of school, peer relationships, and home life. And it can actually help your child build social emotional skills, which are important for lifelong adult relationships. So if your child used to be really bubbly, excited, and have hobbies they used to enjoy, but now they seem a little down. They're not as bubbly as they once were, and they're a little bit moody. They might be snappy, they might be, rude to family members. This is a sign they're going through something emotionally, and it's coming out through negative behaviors. This is a cry for help, and your child or your teenager would absolutely benefit from working with our team at Wisdom Within Counseling in Niantic. We offer art, creative therapies, painting, options beyond just traditional talking, walk and talk therapy by the beach for teenagers who might need something alternative and more relational. And walking therapy provides a lifelong coping skill for stress and anxiety too. So if your child or your teenager is not as bubbly as they once were, or is having mood swings and is kind of being disrespectful to adults, and kind of snapping a bit, this is a sign that they would benefit from working with our team. Number 2 is that if your child has lost a lot of weight recently or gained a lot of weight recently, so change in appetite, a loss, or an increase in appetite is a sign they're going through something emotionally. We don't know what. It could be a loss of a friendship, could be loss of a grandparent, or could be something more severe like unwanted touch. Parents' divorce can also trigger this, big moves, changing homes, right? There are a lot of stressors that can contribute to loss of weight and gaining weight. So if your child has lost or gained a substantial amount of weight recently, they need help emotionally coping with those feelings instead of emotionally eating or binge eating. Maybe other family members are body shaming them, which is not helpful. Or if they've lost a lot of weight, that's a sign they're really struggling, and it could develop into something more serious like anorexia nervosa, which we absolutely don't want, because that can go hand in hand with things like OCD and hyperfixation on weight. And sometimes there can be a lot of societal shame around body image. So if your teenager has lost or gained a lot of weight recently, let's get them started in therapy. The last sign I want you to look out for if your child or your teenager, is really needing therapy or a safe place outside of home is an increase in anger. So oftentimes we don't think of anger as needing help, but anger is a sign that your child or teenager is needing help processing feelings, right? This means they're slamming doors, they're yelling, they're screaming at their siblings, they're getting into high conflict fights with their siblings, they're yelling at you as a parent. They might be getting really angry in a school setting to the point where you're getting calls from the principal saying you need to pick your child up early from school, or your child has a level of hyperactivity that is not suitable for a school environment. So sometimes this can signify some trauma has happened, or a loss or grief experience. So if there is some anger or aggression that just is not working, maybe school counselors are involved, or maybe there's like kind of a cycle where you're yelling at your child because they're yelling at you and you don't really know what to do, our team would love to help you. So anger and aggression and kind of this high level of reactivity is something that we specialize in. If you're getting calls from your child's principal that, the school day is not going well, we would love to kind of team up and support your child. They might be highly sensitive. They may have a sensory processing disorder. There may be something else going on that we can help support around and offer accommodations to the school, talk with the principal, talk with the school psychologist, and give them the tools they need to process those big feelings. We also work with you as a parent to help you know what to do in those situations so you don't end up creating a higher conflict situation than what's going on. So we'd love to support you. We're right in East Lyme, Connecticut. We help families all over the state. People drive over an hour to come to our practice because we're so unique and different. We help children with play therapy, art, painting, musical instruments in the session, doing outdoor nature therapies. We're really an out-of-the-box practice, very holistically minded, and teach positive coping outlets. We'd love to support you. Towns, people come from Mystic, Groton, Stonington, West Hartford, Madison, Guilford, Colchester, all over. We're located right near Niantic Center School. We also offer telehealth video sessions. So our website is wisdomwithinct.com. That's wisdomwithinct.com. I'm Katie Ziskind. I'm the owner of Wisdom Within Counseling, where we love helping children, teens, and families thrive.